Life's hardships rarely come with preparation, and facing my mom's cancer is no exception. Despite years of her battling, this year has been the hardest. Doctors offer silent condolences with their eyes, words they can't utter. I've grappled with the inevitable, but accepting it is something else. Today, as I drive to the hospital, the familiarity of the journey offers little comfort. The hospital parking lot feels different today, as if sensing my turmoil. I walk through the sliding doors, greeted by that all too familiar sterile scent. With each step, my heart weighs more, fear and determination intertwined. I head towards my mother's room, unaware that today's visit will mark the start of an unexpected and harrowing ordeal. As I approach the front desk, the receptionist lady looks up, her smile tinged with sympathy.
Can I help you, sweetie?
Yes. I'm here to see my mother, 𝒁𝒂𝓁.
Oh, yes. Let me check.
I was told she was moved to a specialized care floor.
What's her first and last name again?
𝒁𝒂𝓁.
Yes, she's been moved due to her condition. Your mom is in room 1013 now on the specialized care floor.
Thank you. Walking through the hospital corridors, each step brings a wave of unwelcome smells. The sharp sting of disinfectants, mingled with the underlying scent of medication, always unsettles me. Hospitals, for me, have always been places of dread, echoing with memories of pain and loss. Approaching the stairwell, the scents intensify, pulling me back to hours spent in anxious waiting. The tension of not knowing. It's not just the smells. It's the weight of what this place means.
Sorry, miss, but the stairs are closed. We need to make a few repairs to them. You'll have to take the elevator.
The elevator? My mind raced, trying to recall the last time I braved an elevator. It's never been easy. Since childhood, I've been haunted by an inexplicable fear of them. No memory comes to mind to justify this fear, but it's there. It's as real as the beating of my heart.
Excuse me, miss.
I turned to see a man about 6 feet tall in his 40s. His dark hair was slicked back, and he had piercing blue eyes that seemed to assess me in a glance.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a lot on my mind is all.
I see. So, are you going up?
Yes, I am. Thanks.
I'm sorry if I startled you.
There was something about this guy that set off alarm bells in my head. Sure, he looked decent enough, but there was a weird vibe around him that I can't shake off.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What floor?
10th. The thud of the closing door sent another jolt through me. I was on edge, every sound amplified in the confined space of the elevator. First floor, second, third. As we passed the 4th floor, the elevator began to slow. Panic started to set in. Why is it slowing down? Is this normal? He didn't answer, just stared at the floor numbers changing with a strange expression. I was scanning every corner, heart racing, expecting the worst. Then, the lights flickered. In the eerie half-darkness, my fears escalated, and with a final, ominous thump, the elevator ground to a halt between floors.
Calm down. It's probably just a malfunction. They'll fix it soon. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? We're stuck in here.
Please, tell me you're kidding.
I wish I was.
Someone will realize we're missing, right? They have to come get us out eventually.
Let's hope.
An hour passed in the darkness. The cold bites as I curl up in the elevator's corner. The only other person here, still in his work clothes, has a name tag that reads Elix. He provides faint light from a mini flashlight on his keychain. This situation, being trapped in a confined space with a stranger, is the embodiment of my deepest fears. The silence is deafening, broken only by the occasional creak of the elevator. Elix remains eerily silent, speaking only when spoken to. His responses are short, almost reluctant. Each word he utters feels weighted, adding to the oppressive atmosphere. Those look like maintenance keys?
They are. I do maintenance in other hospitals.
It's freezing in here. Is all the power cut off from this elevator?
Most likely. Why the hell are you asking so many questions?
I'm sorry?
No. That was uncalled for. I'm sorry. It's getting late. I need my medication. I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, Alexis.
How did you know my name?
Never mind that. Hand me the phone.
No, answer me. How did you know my name?
I overheard the receptionist say it earlier. Look, let's not make this harder than it has to be. We're both stuck here, and arguing isn't going to help.
Overheard, huh? That's convenient. This is great. Trapped in an elevator with some stranger that knows my name.
Did you hear that? This thing might not hold much longer.
What do you mean not hold? Are we in danger? Are we going to die in here?
Indeed. We could be in danger. I'm not going to die in here. But we need to find a way to alert someone fast.
What do you mean, you're not? What about me?
We need to focus on getting out, not on what might happen. There has to be a way out. Where to signal for help.
But if we're really stuck, if this is it, are we just supposed to wait?
No. Waiting isn't an option. I refuse to just sit here.
But what can we do? We're trapped, Elix.
I might have a few ideas. It's risky, but it's better than doing nothing.
Okay. Tell me, what's the plan?
First, we need to check every inch of this elevator. There might be a weak spot, an emergency hatch, something.
Hour 2. The cold in the elevator grows more piercing, seeping into my bones. Elix paces like a caged animal, his eyes scanning every inch of our metal prison for an escape. I shrink back into my corner, deciding it's best to stay out of his way. Fear grips me, a vice tightening around my chest. Despair joins in, whispering reminders of how dire our situation is. I watch him, this man whose motives I can't decipher, and a chilling thought crosses my mind. What if the danger isn't just the elevator? I don't think all your pacing is good for the elevator. Can you stop? Thank you.
Tell me something, Alexis.
What?
Do you value your life?
His question echoed in my head, turning my thoughts into a slow-motion reel of my life. Memories flashed before me. My dad leaving, my mom's illness, the bittersweet moments of love and heartbreak. I remember the lies, the betrayals, the emotional collapse after losing my job, the emotional collapse of not achieving more for my age. My life seemed like a series of letdowns. Yet, amid it all, I pushed through.
I asked you a question. Do you value your life?
Elix grabbed me by my shirt, pulling me up to meet his gaze.
Answer the damn question.
Let me go! You're hurting me! Yeah, I do value my life. Now let go!
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. Now stop bugging me. I'm going to get some shut-eye and hope someone comes for us.
He retreated to his corner, and darkness enveloped us again. Fear crept over me. Why turn off the only light? I crawled up, pulling my jacket closer, seeking refuge in its meager warmth. I wished for silence between us, fearing any interaction as hours stretched on. Elix's behavior grew more erratic, his occasional twitches sending waves of unease through me. Those bright blue eyes I once thought innocent now seemed to hide something sinister. Another hour slips by in this chilling darkness. Elix hasn't made a sound. I wonder if he's asleep. Elix, are you awake? Quietly, I search for Elix's keys. No luck on the floor. Maybe he pocketed them. I inch closer to him, my hand brushing against his body. I retract quickly, not wanting to stir him. Trying again, I slip my hand into his coat pocket. Relief washes over me as it's just the elevator creaking. My fingers find the keys. I turn on the flashlight. It's time to find a way out. The light reveals a hatch on the ceiling, a keyhole. Why didn't Elix mention it? He's a maintenance guy. He should have known. Doubts flood my mind. Did he plan this? I turn the light towards where Elix was lying, but he's gone. Suddenly, something strikes me, and I fall. The flashlight rolls away, its beam landing on Elix.
Impressive. I didn't expect you to be so brave. It's a shame it's come to this.
You jackass! You were behind this all along, weren't you?
You need to face your fears, Alexis. It's the only way.
What are you doing? Elix struck me with the phone, causing me to fall down to the ground. Blood began to fill one side of my eye.
No, don't pass out yet. Not yet. You weren't allowed. I want you to know something. I didn't know your name from the receptionist lady. I've been following you for some time now, Alexis. People are creatures of habit. They never turn around or look behind them. I'd watch you day in and day out. Come here and visit your sickly mother. All this, everything you see, I orchestrated it. As for you, you're just going to be another victim. You're nothing special.
Darkness ensued me. Consciousness returns like a slow tide. Elix's voice pierces the darkness. My vision is blurry, my head heavy. As clarity returns, I realize with horror that I'm hanging upside down in the elevator shaft.
Shh, no one can hear you. But by all means, keep screaming if you want. I can't do that. You have two choices. Use your instincts to escape, or wait for the elevator to crush you. I'll wait on the top floor for the ding to retrieve your corpse. You see, when I press the up button, the elevator will be active again. Like I mentioned earlier, all part of the plan. The elevator will rise and you will be crushed. No one will even know you were here with me.
Desperation fuels me. I swing, reaching for the rope binding my feet. The elevator roars to life, approaching rapidly. In a last-ditch effort, I align myself with the open hatch, plunging into the elevator as the rope snaps. I've barely a moment to recover. Grabbing the discarded phone, I confront Elix. Our fight spills into the hallway, a violent tangle of rage and survival. The fight's intensity escalates. Hospital staff intervene, but Elix shoves me back into the elevator. He's relentless, smashing my head repeatedly against the wall. As my vision fades, coated in blood, I realize this might be the end. The parking garage.
You dumb bitch! I don't know how you escaped, but that was your last mistake.
Why are you doing this to me?
It's not about you. It's about you being one of my trophies. I just wanted to collect a piece of you from the elevator after you were gone. But you couldn't even let that happen.
What's going on here?
Good. You're awake. Can you please explain how you know this man?
That's him! The man who tried to kill me!
He's 𝒞𝓿, a dangerous criminal and serial killer. We've been trying to trace him for weeks. It appears he's killed a hospital maintenance worker, stole his identity, has been killing people under his alias. You're lucky security caught you when they did. You could have been his next victim.
In the aftermath, life feels surreal, like fragments of a dark dream. The ordeal with Elix, a man who embodied my deepest fears, has left indelible marks, not just physically, but deep within my psyche. Each step I take is a reminder of that fateful encounter. Each echo in a stairwell, a flashback to that trapped elevator. I've learned that fear isn't just an emotion, it's a shadow that follows, altering the path I walk. My mother's passing has only deepened these shadows. Elix sought to confront me with my fears, but in doing so, he didn't free me from them. He etched them into the very core of who I am. Now, as I navigate a world riddled with these new anxieties, I find strength not in the absence of fear, but in the courage to face it, one step at a time. Now, as I navigate a world riddled with these new anxieties, I find strength not in the absence of fear, but in the courage to face it, one step at a time.
My fear-loving friends, tonight's tale of the deadly elevator secret really lifts your spirits, doesn't it? It's quite uplifting until it takes a sudden drop. Remember, when you're in an elevator with a stranger, it's always polite to ask for their floor, unless they're planning to take you to the final floor. If you enjoyed this spine-tingling story, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on the podcast and hit the follow button. Don't forget, I'm the Spectre, broadcasting from the warp layer of Twisted Tranquility. Until next time, minions.